Welcome to the Deep Dive into Success podcast. Jason and Rebecca are ready to fuel your next move. Every insight here is a spark. Ignite change. Seize the moment. Take action today and shape your tomorrow. Check us out by listening. And if you like what you hear, don't forget to subscribe to receive notifications when new content is available.
Welcome back. Today we're tackling something critical. Why so many dreams? Well, they just stay dreams. Most people aren't missing talent. They're missing a blueprint. They've got the why, sure, but the how. That's often missing. So our mission is a deep dive into the Larson Family Enterprises Group, LFEG, and their Success Triad. It's framed as a way to bridge that very gap.
It really is. LFEG calls it their master blueprint, and they claim it works for, well, pretty much anything. Lifelong achievement. Doesn't matter if it's building a business, improving your health, whatever. It boils down to three pillars: vision, planning, and execution. VPE. Let's maybe start with that first one, vision. They call it the North Star.
Right, vision. And LFEG is pretty strict about this. It's not just some fuzzy idea. They define it as a really clear, compelling, detailed picture of where you want to be, specifically 3 years from now.
Exactly. And the key thing here, the real power, is that it gives you direction, resilience, but most importantly, measurable victory. It absolutely has to be quantifiable, not just I'll be successful. It needs to be, say, $6 in revenue, or I'll run that marathon, or hit this specific health number. That measurability, that's what makes it real.
And to get that clarity, they suggest something called visualization immersion, which means actually writing the vision down, but in the present tense, like it's already true.
Yeah.
Detailing your work, your health, your relationships, everything.
It hooks into your emotions, your subconscious, makes the destination feel, well, inevitable. So, okay, if vision is the what of the detailed destination, then planning is the how, the strategic roadmap. It's the analytical thinking that connects that 3-year vision to what you actually do day to day.
And how do they break that down? A 3-year vision feels huge.
To break it down systematically, first into annual objectives, then crucially into quarterly priorities or KPIs. And LFAG is pretty insistent here on focusing only on the vital few.
The vital few.
Yeah, like maybe 3 to 5 key objectives per quarter, no more. It's that Pareto idea, right?
Yeah.
Focus on the 20% that gives you 80% of the results towards your vision.
Okay, so intense focus. How do they structure that focus?
Through what they call the 13-week sprint cycle, it creates intensity and urgency. You can't really coast.
But here's a critical point. The plan isn't static. It must be a living document. They mandate weekly reviews. You have to check in, see if you're on track, adjust if needed. Otherwise, the plan just becomes irrelevant fast.
But, isn't there a risk there? You review weekly, you're off track. Maybe you just keep changing the plan instead of buckling down on the actions.
And that leads straight into the third pillar, execution. The discipline of daily action. This is often where things fall apart because execution needs consistency, real discipline. Motivation alone won't cut it. It's about systemizing the action.
Systemizing. How? What's the core mechanism? It's the Daily Success 3. Simple idea, really powerful. 3 specific key performance indicators, KPIs, tied directly to your quarterly priorities. And you do these first, before anything else distracts you.
So give me an example. If my quarterly goal is about, say, health.
Right. Your Daily Success 3 wouldn't just be workout. It might be something specific like track all macros, complete 20 mins HIAT, and plan tomorrow's meals for 10 mins. See, measurable actions directly linked to the bigger goal.
Okay, that makes sense. But sticking to it daily, that's the hard part.
Absolutely. And this is where LFEG adds something many frameworks miss: external accountability. They argue self-accountability is frankly pretty weak for most people, especially when things get tough. You need someone objective, a coach, a mentor, a group who you report your KPIs to, someone to enforce commitment, help you course correct.
That structure sounds almost corporate. Why isn't this VPE approach more common knowledge if it's so effective?
Well, the sources point to a couple of systemic gaps. First, there's the education gap. Strategic thinking, KPI tracking, these are usually taught as business skills, right? Not fundamental life skills for everyone.
Yeah, true. You don't learn QPRs in high school.
Exactly. And related to that is the mentorship deficit. Often these kinds of structured frameworks get passed down in elite circles through specific networks or expensive coaching. They're not always democratized, which leaves a lot of people kind of stuck, confusing wishing and wanting with actual strategic action.
So pulling this all together for our listeners, the core message from LFEG seems to be that success isn't accidental.
Not at all. It's the predictable result of following a proven system, the VPE triad. Vision, planning, execution. It removes the guesswork.
If you have that quantifiable vision, your living plan with its QPRs, and you're hitting your daily success 3 with accountability, you're essentially engineering success.
That's the idea.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you listening. This VPE framework demands what we might call strategic literacy, the skill to plan, measure, and analyze your own progress objectively. Are you treating your most important life goals with that kind of rigor? Or are you perhaps still operating more on hope and vague intentions? Because ultimately, you can't execute what you haven't strategically planned. Something to think about.
Thanks for diving deep with us on this episode of the Deep Dive into Thriving Successfully. We hope you found a quick hack to take action on today. If this episode moved the needle for you, please take 1 second to hit that follow or subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform. It helps us reach more people who want to start thriving. Our content is 100% based on listener requests. We want to cover the topics you struggle with. Drop your episode suggestions in the comments or send us an email directly at deepdive@lfeg.info. And the best way you can help us is to share this episode with a friend or colleague you care about. Let's build a thriving community together. Until the next dive, keep crushing your goals.